guys, it is me, Danny, and I missed my opportunity to go live last night, and so I thought I would make it a Thursday lunchtime edition. So hopefully I'm catching you when you're on your lunch, or maybe you are on your way to work because you follow me on the West Coast, or maybe you are working and you're not going to be able to check this out live, but you are going to check it out on your drive home. But whatever it is, I hope that this message brings you exactly what you're looking for today as we talk more about how to design your life. So first of all, shout out to one of my friends, Amy Kaufman Jenner, who was so nice to make me this amazing, amazing hat. I'm obsessed with it. And on the back, it's got my favorite hashtag, Beauty Business Beer. So she made me a bunch of things. This is just one of the many gifts I got today. So if you are looking for something like this, I mean, you could either get like a Drinking Buddies hat or your own logo, but whatever it is that you want, she can do it for you. So I'll get you a deal. So just hit me up and make sure that you remind me that you want this, and I will work with Amy for you. But yeah, super cool. But not doing the message in the hat today, as much as I love the hat. Hat's going to be put to the side. Like, I will totally hook you up with a hat. I also want to just say that I'm here with my daughter, and she only listens about 20% of the time. So if you hear her in the background, that's what's going on. Don't mind me as I tell her to hang out by herself. Being a working mom, a full-time working, work from home, self-employed mom is sometimes difficult, but we're figuring it out. So again, for those of you that don't know me, my name is Danny. I am the business owner of what is now being branded as the Drinking Buddies. Drinking with Danny is fun, but it's so much more fun when you can do it in a community of people who love good beer. They love talking about business, and they just want to feel beautiful. So that's my community. That's my group. I'm going to be starting a group here very soon. If that's something you want, if you're interested in, you can put your comment below. If it's not, you're not going to hurt my feelings. But I'm looking for a community of relentless dream chasers. And that's what I want to talk to you about today is chasing your dreams and your ability to do it and kind of what it takes. So I posted like last week, a question of the week, asking what motivates you more? Like, what are you more likely to do when you're trying to motivate yourself? And I also put it as a question in this live. So if you could comment below, whether you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, I don't care where you're watching. If you could comment below and tell me, what are you more likely to do when you're trying to motivate yourself? Do you A, post pictures of your current circumstances? Or do you B, post pictures of your wish, your future circumstances, the goal that you're going for? What is more motivating to you? And I posted this like last Saturday and asked for some answers, and more people than not said that they post pictures of where they are. So if you take it in terms of like weight loss, they're saying it's more motivating to see pictures of where I am now or at my heaviest than it would be to see pictures of my goal or where I want to be. And I really understand that, because that is where I was not that long ago. I used to always feel like, reminding myself of what I don't want is like, putting fat pictures on the fridge as a reminder, don't open the fridge, right? Like, that is going to help me get to where I want to go. And so that's what I would do. And I think a lot of people do that. I'll get more comfortable here. So it got me thinking a lot about some of the research I've been doing lately on your subconscious mind and how powerful it is, and how when you know what it's capable of and you come to a place where you no longer try to fight it, but instead you work with it, that's when really, really amazing things can start happening in your life. And unfortunately, not a lot of us know or understand how that works. And so we're constantly doing things that are actually working against us, and then wondering why we aren't getting to where we want to be in life. And this doesn't have to be weight loss. It could be career. It could be money. It could be getting out of debt. It could be going back to school. It could be having a family. It could be a relationship. It can be all sorts of different goals. It works in all different areas of your life. And it works differently depending on what phase of your life you're in. And so to level set and make sure we're all on the same page before I get into some really practical application of how this can work for you, I want to make sure that we are all in agreement of something. And if we're not, I'm still in agreement. This won't be helpful for you going forward for this particular session. Catch another episode of Design Your Life. Look me up on YouTube. There's some great stuff there. But for this edition today, we all need to agree on how powerful our subconscious mind is. So I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to give it a thought, but when I ask it, okay? So since you and I have been talking here, I've been live for about 5 minutes. How many times have you told yourself to blink? Probably like twice, 3 times just now, right? Because I said it. You're like, oh, I don't know. Have I? Did I think about blinking? I don't think I thought about blinking. Does that mean I'm not blinking? I'm probably blinking. Chances are you've blinked your eyes probably, let's say 25, 30 times since we've been talking so far today, maybe even 50 times. And I would put money on the fact that you didn't think about doing it until I asked you if you're thinking about doing it, and then you did, and then you probably blinked and all the things, and it was all up in your conscious mind now, and some of you are like going really crazy about it. For the most part, we blink our eyes without putting any conscious effort into the actual blinking itself. It is controlled in our subconscious, right? So our subconscious mind can actually do up to 70,000 things a second. And it runs under the same operating as it does for you to blink your eyes, for your heart to beat, for you to take a breath, for, all of these muscles, move your finger, right? Like what actually happens for your finger to move? You're not controlling each and every one of those bones, muscles, nerves. You're just doing it. It just happens. Do we agree with that? Can we all say that, yes, our subconscious mind is obviously very powerful, because I've been blinking for the last almost 7 minutes and I haven't thought once about doing it. That's pretty powerful. Now, taking that one step further, that same power that gets your eyes to blink and your fingers to move and your heart to beat is also helping you, or controlling you, or autopiloting you, however you want to look at it, to making decisions all day long without you even realizing that it's doing it. It's survival. We have to do that. There's so many things that we have to do every second, every minute of the day, that if we had to put conscious effort into all of them, we wouldn't survive as a species. So it's a survival mechanism. Our subconscious mind is constantly controlling us. And it has 2 goals in its life, or in its responsibilities for us here. And they are very simply to keep us alive and keep us safe. That's it. That's all it wants for us. Keep alive, stay safe. It doesn't care if we're happy. It doesn't care if we're content. It doesn't care if we are fulfilled. It doesn't care if we are excited. It doesn't care if we are accomplishing all of our life's dreams and goals and all the things. It cares if we're alive, and it cares if we're safe. And so as long as it can keep us alive and safe, it's doing its job, it feels good about itself, and it keeps on just running those same programs. And what's interesting about that is we oftentimes refer to that as our comfort zone. Our comfort zone, right? So we've talked about this before. I know I'm not the first person to talk to you about your comfort zone, but in your comfort zone is the way that life is for you. This is the way life has been. And this is where we know we can stay safe and we can stay alive, because this is how we experience life. So I'm going to use weight loss, for example, only because that's something that is near and dear to my heart. It's something that I went through. It's something that I coach people through all the time. But you can use this for anything. You could use this for going back to school, or getting out of debt, or getting married, or anything. But if you have constantly spent your whole life being overweight, and now you have a goal to get in shape, or to get within weight, or whatever, you have a goal to be healthier, that is outside of your comfort zone. And so if your subconscious wants to keep you right here where everything is safe, and you want to go right here, what do you think it does when you start edging closer to the line? It freaks out. It freaks out, and it creates the voice of that inner critic that tells you all the reasons why you can't cross the line. All the reasons why, because God forbid you get over the line and you now live a life of, being fit. We don't know what that's like, me and, your comfort zone. So that could be scary. That could be unsafe. We might die. Now, you and I know that that's crazy, but your subconscious doesn't know any different. That's not what it cares about. It's not worried about you being healthy, fulfilled, and happy. It's worried about you being safe. And since we've survived this long in the comfort zone of being overweight, getting out of it opens up a whole can of worms, and we're not comfortable with that. I don't think we should go there. And so of course you need the brownie at night. Of course you need to order the pasta. Of course you can't survive on an intermittent fast. Of course, of course, of course, of course, of course. And until you believe that and you think, you know what? This diet stuff, this lifestyle stuff, this whatever it is, it's just not for me. It's not working for me. So I can't do it anymore. And then you stay nicely tucked away in your comfort zone where everybody except for you is happy because we know this is the way that life has been. So that's the strength of your comfort zone. That is where I would say we have to be on the same page for any of the rest of this to make any sense to you. So if you're thinking to yourself, that's crazy, I don't believe that, it's weird because you're arguing with science, but I know those people exist, so it's cool. I'm cool, we're cool, you're still my friend, but I would just check out from here on out because I'm going to go probably for at least another 5 minutes, and it's not going to be relative to you if we can't level set there. Catch you on the flip side. For those of you that have stayed, let's get into the weeds of this, okay? So how do we plant the seeds to our subconscious to let it know that, hey, I understand we're going into uncharted territory and I understand it's scary. But once we get to this side and we see that it's not so scary anymore, that it actually is kind of fun and kind of cool. And by the way, your subconscious doesn't care about any of that. So all we really need to show it is, by the way, can we just get to this side where I can show you I'm not going to die? Then the comfort zone expands. And then we're going to keep going closer. We're going to hop the fence again. We're going to show it we didn't die. And the comfort zone is going to expand. And we can continue that growth of that circle for as long as we want until our comfort zone becomes an area where we are very comfortable, safe, not dying, secure, but also happy, fulfilled, motivated, and filled with purpose. But it is up to us to consciously make effort to expand that comfort zone because it's not going to do it on its own. That's one of the reasons why really successful people read a lot of books, why they believe in mentors, why they say you should never be the smartest person in the room, because those are all things that get you outside of your comfort zone, right? If I'm sitting in a room and I'm not the smartest, there's a chance I might look stupid, and that doesn't feel safe. But by doing that, I expand myself and I push myself to boundaries where they're right outside, and I continuously reframe what a comfort zone looks like. One really interesting experiment that I would encourage you all to do, and if you do it, I would love to hear about it. I started doing some tests for myself just to pick a habit, a really easy, not hard, very simple habit to integrate into my life that is not something I would normally do. So it is outside of the comfort zone, but it's not scary, right? You guys ready for this? You guys ready for the life-changing thing that I decided to do to see how hard it would be to stretch my comfort zone? You ready? I decided I was going to start brushing my teeth at night. I know. I'm confiding in you. Diana, she's watching. She's like shaking her head. I don't brush my teeth at night. I know I should. It's good. I like dental hygiene. I think it's important. I just don't do it. I don't even have a good reason for you. I can't even offer you a good reason. So I thought to myself, I'm just going to start doing that because how hard can it be? And there's no downside to it. And so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to commit to it. And guys, I can't tell you how many times I'm like standing in my bathroom at night. It's not even like I have to get out of bed. It's not like I forgot. I wish I would tell you all those things. And I'm sitting there staring at my toothbrush and I'm like, you don't really want to do that. You don't want to taste toothpaste in your sleep. And it's going to be like a hassle. If you're really tired, like you probably want to go to sleep. You don't want to spend 2 minutes brushing your teeth. Like, oh, and then you're going to have to put the toothpaste on the toothbrush. And oh my God, like who do you think you are? Just go to bed. You've made it 37 years without this habit. Why start now? This is what my comfort zone is saying to me about brushing my teeth at night, guys. And that's when I realized how strong and how ridiculous that force actually is. So I would challenge you all, pick something. Brush your teeth at night, wash your face. Start the day off by doing a jumping jack. Just say every morning when you get out of bed, you're going to do one jumping jack. Just one. And then pay attention to how much that voice in your head tries to talk you out of it, because God forbid you do a jumping jack every morning for the next 30 days. Who's this new person? Who are you? You get up and you jump in the morning. This is personal growth. And we can't have personal growth because then you might try to expand into other things. It's outside. It's like the world's worst clique, your comfort zone. And it's like outsider, no. So pick something. Comment below right now. Just make a decision. I just want you to experience what it's like to have your comfort zone fighting against personal growth, because it's crazy. And it will take maybe 7 to 10 days before it will kick in. You're gonna be like, this is fine. I do jumping jack every morning. I've been 7 days in a row. Danny doesn't know what she's talking about. Wait till day 10. Wait till day 14, day 22, when your comfort zone is panicking because you're really committed and it really wants to stop you because this is not the person who you are. You don't change. Change is scary. Stay here where it's safe. Just try it. So after that test, and now we're on the same page about subconscious, let me tell you another thing I think is really critical for you to know. And then I'm going to encourage you to change all of your habits all at once, which is, I know, just crazy because we just talked about how that's not possible, but it's what we're going to do here. Your subconscious is like a garden, okay? And you're constantly planting seeds because it picks up even the subtlest little clues, things you never notice. That's why you can drive on autopilot. Not safe, but you can do it. And you can make the left and make the right and do the brakes and stop when the light turns red. It's observant of everything, everything. And so what you have around you, even if you're not consciously paying attention to it, is planting seeds in the garden that is growing the boundaries of your comfort zone. And so, for example, one thing that I used to do a lot of, and this has been a hard habit for me to break if I'm being completely honest, because I used to think I really enjoyed it, is I used to listen to My Perfect Murder all the time. I love those girls. They inspire me all the time. So I would be working and I would just have it on in the background. And then I started realizing that the world started looking a little different to me. Like, you know, when you're listening to podcasts about murder all the time, you start planting really strange seeds in your subconscious. Now, I wasn't planting seeds of murder, but it makes you really skeptical of people, really doubtful, really scared. It feeds fear, right? So it, instead of growing my subconscious, is shrinking it. So what did I start doing? I switched what I was listening to in the background to podcasts where I know the content is positive. You know, Tony Robbins is a great example. PSI Seminars is a company that I'm really involved with right now. They have an amazing podcast I listen to all the time. I listen to books on Audible. I just finished off Seth Godin's Tribes. Amazing book. And I'm not always listening to it consciously, but it's planting seeds in my subconscious. It's making me feel like there's more I'm capable of, and it's expanding that circle for me. Music is another thing. Like, I started really listening to the music I was playing. And one of my favorite songs, guys, and I really hate that it works this way, but one of my favorite songs is Creep by Radiohead. I love that song. That used to be a song that if I was running on the treadmill, which granted I'm not doing very often, but when I was, I could play that full blast and like run through that song. I love that song. It is just artistically beautiful. But if you ever listen to the words, and if you don't know that song, like, go ahead and listen to it so you can understand what I'm talking about, but don't put it in your rotation, because the words are literally, I'm a creep, I'm a weirdo, I don't belong here, what the hell is going on? Like, how self-defeating is that? So I've scrubbed my playlist. Now I listen to Glorious by Macklemore, and I listen to Get Up by Shinedown, and I listen to, what else is, there's so many amazing songs on this playlist, and I'm filling my mind all the time with the idea that I can do whatever I want. I was born for this. You know, don't sell yourself short. You might be bulletproof. These are the things now I'm telling my subconscious. I'm planting the seeds of possibility instead of living in a garden of weeds, which is what happens when you don't intentionally plant seeds in your garden. If you're not intentionally setting out to plant the seeds of what you want for your life, you are growing weeds. You are growing weeds. Ask any farmer. If you don't plant seeds, it's not that nothing grows, it's that weeds grow. And so if you don't want weeds in the part of your brain or in your gut that is controlling pretty much every decision you're going to make for the rest of your life, you have to start planting seeds of the things you want. Because something's going to grow in there, and it's up to you to dictate what that is. So I circle that all the way back around to say, if you are posting pictures of where you are, thinking that is going to motivate you to change, I'm here to tell you that you are planting weeds. If all you're looking at is something that your subconscious doesn't want you to change anyways, what makes you think that's going to ever empower you to jump the fence, to see what life's like on the other side? You need to plaster your house and your car and your office and all of the places that you want to be with the things that are reminding you of who you want to become. And that is going to plant those seeds of possibility in your garden, and jumping that fence is going to become so much easier. So that is what I wanted to share with you on this lovely Thursday afternoon. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I got your mind thinking about planting seeds. I'd love to know what kind of seeds you want to plant in your garden. And if there's any way that I can help you flourish that garden and help those seeds grow, that's what I do with my life now. I am in pursuit of creating a community of relentless dream chasers who want to make the impossible possible with me. So thank you for watching. I hope you have an amazing day, and cheers. Cheers to you. You guys have a great day.